Rightio, so we have lots to do today, but as usual, it can all blooming wait until I've sorted out the Norton. So yes, I can't sit in the chair of contemplation for too long today, because we need to get this whole thing sorted. The van is currently off the road, old van, you know, and I'd much rather get this whole girl sorted out than the van. So, we got back on Wednesday night from our rather epic journey. Used the bike on Thursday with all the luggage and bits still on it because, you know, I got back late and I went out early. And it's now Friday. And I need that. Shall I try that again? I need to have this thing on the road tomorrow. And, well, I think it's due a bit of a clean, a bit of a check over, and we could do with changing some oils. As I said, that trip alone was 1,800 miles, and I think the oils had done a couple of hundred before I set off. Having said that, most of the oil in there isn't what I set off with, because it's all come out round here. So, I shall get the luggage off, whip the seat and tank and bits off. Alright, as well as running out of paint on this side of the tank due to fuel, it appears my leg's worn through the paint on this side as well. But not to worry, so yes. Right, we've got a cup of tea over there somewhere, just in front of that green tank. Yeah, I'll drink that, and then I'll get the luggage off. Probably whip like the seat and tank off. I've got to whip the seat off to get the bags off, and then push it outside and give it a wash. Conveniently, it's already raining out there, so you know, it should save some water. Right, cup of tea and onwards. Okay, she's far from immaculate, but that's the worst of the muck off. I can do the rest of the oily rag as I go. We'll just let this drizzle rinse the bubbles off, and then we'll bring it back in. But so far, things are sort of looking okay. The oil is only really coming out the usual places, just in slightly higher quantities, but that could simply be because it's been run rather hard for rather long distance. We are running out of paint in places. Edge of the oil tank, the pannier's been chafing. It's yeah, that's not happy staying there. And round this edge as well, where whenever the carb's balking, of course, it's chucking a bit of fuel out, so that's lifting all that off. And yeah, it looks like it's just adjusting and things and changing oils. Obviously the drivetrain's ready for adjusting, and since it was a brand new primary chain before we set off, I will just have a quick shufty in there and make sure. But yeah, all sort of seems okay at first glance. Oh, I am running out of digits on my number plate. Let's see if we can see there. Believe it or not, that's meant to be a number 6. As you probably see, I've already Tipp-Ex'd the top of it, but yeah, we're losing the rest of it now. It's sort of, yeah, looks like a toddler's version of a wonky backwards 3. I'll maybe have to do something about that before we go anywhere else. Don't want to draw the attention of the fuzz, do we? Anyway, right, yeah, I'll let the rain wash the rest of the bubbles off, then we'll bring it back in, check it over, change some oils, go from there. Right, onward. Okay, so primary change good. It's actually rather clean in there. The oil was definitely spent, but I'd been sort of riding the clutch a little bit sometimes to try and keep the bike in a taller gear. You know, and it's sort of, yeah, she's revving out in third but won't quite pull fourth, or just to try and save me changing down when we got gusts of winds, I was just sort of just slipping the clutch a little bit. The clutch itself seems to have stood it, but the oil was definitely spent. Valve clearances are absolutely a-okay. That one won't spin because it's trying to open the valve, but yeah, they're fine. Gearbox oil looked as clean as when I put it in, but you know, we're changing it anyway. Engine oil, definitely spent. Yeah, and she's, yeah, as we know, it's like sucking plugs up, so the carburetor, the body is worn out, it's completely knackered. This was a brand new slide. I put it in when I first got the bike. I don't know how well it shows up, but there's some good marks on that now from it chattering about in that old worn out body. So I've just leaned it off a little bit on the mixture screw and dropped the needle a notch. Hopefully that sort of brings the fuel economy back up a little bit. And what's going on there? Oh, those earths have come loose in the clamp. That's why we check these things. Yes, so yeah, like I said, leaned it off on there, dropped the needle down a notch. Hopefully it brings the fuel economy back and stops fouling plugs up, and doesn't just make it run stupidly lean and too hot and possibly run like a sack of spanners. But who knows? But yeah, apart from that, she's sort of, I reckon she's good to do it again. I mean, I'm not, I'm spent, but anyway. Yeah, got to adjust the drive chain, brake adjustment, all the cable adjustments are good. Just check the points gap, it's still good. So yeah, I'll pop the carburetor back together. We'll put some oils in it, and really then, all the sort of is to do is to come up with something to patch the tank strap up with. Oh, and of course, crimp those wires I've just noticed have started coming loose. But yeah, that's sort of it really. It's kind of good. Yeah, about the only thing it is really running out of is paint. But you know, we can get some more of that. Probably won't, but we could do. Yeah, and what I found entertaining is the stainless steel rack is now covered in marks and polished bits from everything being strapped down. But the pencil marks from making it are still on there. You know, I've tried to clean them off twice. It's only pencil. I've sort of, yeah, sprayed them with something and rubbed it twice. Still there. All these wear marks and things chattering around. Still there. Obviously a very, very good pencil that was. Yeah. Anyway. Right, I'll stop waffling for a moment. I'll chuck some oils back in, chuck the carb back together, put some covers back on. And then we'll see about finding a bit of material to patch the tank strap back together with. Rightio. Onward. Okay, it's all a little bit hazy in here right now, but yeah, we're on the right path. Everything sort of seems okay. All the oils have changed. I can't find anything suitable or that I'm willing to sacrifice to make a new tank strap with. So, you know, cable ties for now. You never know, might be temporary, like the temporary switch and the temporary speedo, and I'm sure there's lots more temporary on here somewhere. But still, it works, it's on. Didn't take the oil tank off, but give it a good swill out with petrol. It's all nice and clean in there now. We've not really found anything terrible. This engine has always had a slight weep on the front of the crankcases down there somewhere. It's still a weep at the minute, but it's not far off being promoted to a leak. But you know, for now it'll be fine. So yeah, it is just cleaning and popping back together. So she's actually done. I should really grease them cables and oil them cables. Sorry. Yeah, like I said, adjustments and everything still seem fine. Points gap was fine. Valve clearance is fine. Gearbox oil was like brand new. But yeah, really, she's survived the trip really, really well. I'm quite sure if there was enough tread on the back tyre, it'd do it again. Which does remind me, my cheap, nasty, horrible Koreanist, I believe, back tyre, it's done wonderful. Yeah, it's like over 2,000 miles on that tyre now, and of course 1,800 of it beginning of this week, all luggaged up and whatnot, and loads of motorway stuff. It's still got 3 mil in the middle, so can't complain at that. Yes, anyway, I think that's about it really, because it is just me cleaning things, putting seats and panniers back on, and then tidying up because it's an absolute mess in here. Okay, so turns out lowering the needle was not a good idea. Went out for a ride on it. She was a long way down on power. So did a plug chop, and it was running horrendously lean. So yeah, I've just popped the needle back up to where it should be. You would have had camera footage of me doing that if I'd have remembered to press record, but you know, I didn't. So yeah, it seems to be the options are with this carburetor now, either way too lean or a little bit rich, so we'll stick with a little bit rich. Saves us melting pistons and burning valves out. Although, yeah, saying that, she is going to be getting ready for a rebore soon. I always sort of reckon, especially if you're running through winter and whatnot, open carburettor, no filtration, you sort of 10,000 miles to a bore. Obviously it varies depending on how you ride them and conditions and whatnot. But yeah, if we think this was second hand, it was in fair condition, but it was a second hand barrel with a second hand piston, so if we just assume it was sort of halfway gone because there were some marks in there, and well, you know, did that 1800 mile trip at the beginning of the week, and then chucked about another 100 miles on top of that as well, so you know, nearly 2,000 this week, and I've probably done 1,000 on it before then, so yeah, there's a good chance that's 3/4 gone, which would explain why it breathes so heavy at the minute. But yeah, so I'm going to put that back to how it should be. Hopefully that sort of brings it back somewhere near, and we'll keep chucking some more miles on it. Right, well, if you're still here, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Ta-da!